Good evening, Greg here, burning both ends, burning on the back end of Tuesday. It is 12:47 a.m., technically Wednesday, but we are wrapping up the 23rd of October, 2018, 10 weeks left in the year, rocking and rolling. And, tonight I was burning a little bit more on the back end here. I wanted to finish up a deliverable, and this kind of leads me into a quick conversation about the difference between being like a 9-to-5-er, a clock puncher, hourly wager, if you will, and like an entrepreneur. So I am technically an aspiring entrepreneur. So I'm on this path, but there's just like a difference in like work, right? As an entrepreneur, as an aspiring entrepreneur, it's like work product. It's like results. I need results. It's not that I put an hour in and that was a great effort and we'll be back here tomorrow to continue the effort. It's like, no, I got something, I have a deadline tomorrow. I have a presentation to give, a very short one. So I want to wrap it up tonight. And that way in the morning, I can look at it again with like fresh eyes, tweak it, and then be ready to go. Whereas, 9-to-5 kind of work, it's like, I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be the next day. Maybe there's a weekend in there, but it's a whole different style of thinking. And also just something that's really important for me, like when I look at myself and like what I want to bring to the team, is I want to make sure that I am delivering to the project or to the team like really good work products, like things that I can go away and they can have and they can go, wow, this is really solid. This is really useful. This is useful for the project. This is useful for the team. This gives us an efficiency. This gives us an effectiveness, right? It's a process. It's a drawing. It's it's a sketch that captures a whole bunch of ideas. I find that I'm really good at that, or at least that's one of my strengths. Is organizing a meeting, bringing a bunch of really smart people together in one room, collecting the data that comes out of them, and then assembling it in some fashion that then I can redistribute it back to that team and get good feedback and like move the project forward. A lot of these projects, like they're multiple years, especially like these scientific research projects that I manage. And you are literally running a marathon. It started a while back. You don't know where the end is. It's just one foot in front of the other kind of thing. And so I'm big on deliverables. I'm big on, when I'm gone, what is this body of evidence that I've been working on this project, and what is the quality of those work products? Like, how useful are they? How many different folks on the team can pick it up and actually use it? Is it so specific that only I can make sense of it, or is it something that's more universal, or at least the set of the team can understand? So I'm real big on that. So anyway, let's get into the projects here, right? So the 9-to-5 is rocking and rolling. I'm just finding this project management business, and this was in the training. It's just like discipline and details. It's just tracking everything down and, not letting a thing, it's just like not letting anything escape, like undiscussed, right? Or unvetted or ununderstood. Does that make sense? I don't think it makes sense. All right, scrap the last one. But you know what I'm talking about. So it's just like all these ideas and capturing them all and keeping the ones that we want to keep and letting go of the ones that we don't want to let go, and making sure that we understand why we're letting go, so that way 6 months from now, if we go back, we can understand why we let that one go and we don't accidentally go down that same path again, right? Huge mistake. So anyway, discipline, details. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying working with the team. It's really cool, and just in the grind. So we're going to be grinding through the end of the year. We have some big procurements to get out by the end of the year, and we're just going to be pushing to get those done. On the fundraise upside things, or so on the side hustle. Just really excited. Just really been doing a lot of research into, how can I scale my reach on potential customers, and also add the educational piece, add the social media piece. And so I was talking about Facebook ads, the video thing not working out as well as I hoped, but I got this huge lead from Chin, who I work with, and not directly with, but we work at the same company. And so she was telling me about some Facebook course that she took. So she sent me her notes, and hopefully she helps. I'd love to work with Chin. And actually, I'm kind of like my thing is I want to have any excuse to work with her. I just find her to be ridiculously brilliant and a great compliment to me. I think that's key. Is like someone that's, like the yin to my yang. I don't know, whatever. It didn't sound so good right there, but you know what I mean. Like, very complimentary. And I find that we have a very good, like, while we're still complementary in our skill set, I think that like our way of thinking and working are in really good alignment. So I think that's unique. But anyway, so I'm looking at 3 platforms, 3 places to do fun things. And so tonight's deliverable was all about Twitter. So I was talking to Peter, co-founder of Fundraise Up, and I want to manage our Twitter account, not create all the tweets and all the content, but just manage it. So that way we're posting on a somewhat regular basis, even if it's a couple times a week, just to start laying down that foundation. And then I want to use the Twitter account. So anyway, so that's what I was doing tonight, is I put together a Google site where I have a little process by which the team can all contribute, whether it's an actual tweet or just a tweet idea. They can see the Twitter feed on the Google site. I want to see what I can do with Buffer. Hopefully I can present the whole Buffer list right there. Buffer.com, that is. I put a Buffer button. I don't know what it does exactly, but there's a button right there, and I think it tells us with a number how many tweets are buffered. And I have the free account, so it's just 10, but that should be plenty for now. Anyway, so got this Google site with all about tweeting. It's got a form to submit ideas or an actual tweet. You can actually see the back end of the form, the actual Google sheet where they all exist, and then just a series of topics to tweet against, and then the hashtags associated with each of those topics. So that way, I also want to make a nice process for me to now, if someone uploads a tweet, and now I have a way to take the tweet, add the hashtags, put in Buffer, done. And then, so that's one platform. The second platform, now this one we might be a little bit further away from, but as far as once we get into a regular, like, multimedia content posting process, right? So Twitter is easy because it's easy, right? It can be almost anything and simple, right? Whereas if you want to put out some like juicy content, right? LinkedIn, from what I understand, is the best platform for us, being B2B, right? Posting on LinkedIn and just hitting it as hard as we can. I need to figure out how to get Peter and the team involved in that. Maybe we need some more funding. I'm not really sure. But I mean, I think that's a little bit further down the road. But once we really get into regular content, I think that's the place for us to be. And then in between, you're starting Twitter and and LinkedIn. I'm thinking Facebook ads. And with Chin, I have a much simpler path now. It's just going to be a static picture kind of ad, leading to maybe even just simply a form. I mean, she's telling me that, well, actually, she shows me data where, like, for $20, this is 2 years ago, so it's a little different now, it might be $40 or $60, but anyway, for $20, they got 34,000 forms filled out by people in, like, India or something. So there's if we can get in front of 30,000 people with the Fundraise Up message, I can't imagine how many are going to come running through the door asking to try the product once they see that conversion rate. I mean, even if it's like 100, that's fantastic for like $100. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost, but we'll see. But my thinking is the static ad leading to the form, and the form is on our side of things. That should be pretty inexpensive. I'm thinking maybe the video ads might be more expensive, but we'll see. Back to Twitter. So one of the reasons to get that going, to lay the foundation, is also I can begin interacting with people, and especially influencers. I think influencers would be a huge benefit for us. So I definitely want to start like poking around there. A little bit longer post tonight. Last topic for the evening is my oldest daughter. So she turns 8 in a week or so, and we got her in this performance class that's every Tuesday. So it was today, and it's all about performance. So it's singing, it's acting, it's all kinds of things like that. It's an hour long. Had to kind of, not convince her to do it, but like had to kind of say, hey, you should give this a try, because she loves singing, she loves being center of attention. I think this would just help her come out of her shell, and and then she can do it. And if she doesn't like it, then she doesn't do it again. And anyway, she's been loving it. She was a lot of resistance on the front end, but then I think the second or third class in. So the first two I went with her, which is kind of challenging because I have to leave work early and I have to make up the time, but it's totally worth it for her. Of course, I just see her, being such a character, like almost in a play. I totally see that. And she loves it. I mean, she loves singing. She loves performing. She does these like ladies and gentlemen kind of announcements randomly. It's interesting. So anyway, so it was a rough start, but now she's like in class 3 or 4 and she's loving it now. And I've noticed, and this is so true, her singing like casually during the day has increased like by a factor of 10. She is constantly singing, and I love it because I love music. I love the power of music, the power of performance. I wish I could sing, but I can't play the drums. I'm real. I don't know. It's just real fulfilling for me to see her enjoy this and to see like the benefit, because it's not so much that she enjoys the class, because she does. It's more to see the effect of her singing more. Just that creative juice coming out. I just think that's just awesome. Just such, so good for a young kid to get experience in there, to check that out, to, because that's just, music has done so much for me in my life. I know for a fact, and I'm just thrilled that my daughter, actually both daughters, are really getting into music. So that I will wrap there. So we're about to click over to 1 a.m. Check out the description, some great links down there. This channel is all about my journey as an aspiring entrepreneur. So, if you like what you hear, subscribe. Would love to have you. Comment down below if there's anything I can do to help. Please let me know. I'd love to do my best, and we will rock and roll from there. So get some sleep. Check out the links in the description. The beat in the background, G Money's my alter ego. I write those beats. They're on SoundCloud. You can check them out. And that's it. I think that's all we got for tonight. So I'm psyched to get some sleep, and psyched to talk to Peter tomorrow and the team about managing the Twitter account. I think that would be really awesome. Oh, and then also Fundraise up, getting some good traction from some folks. So the pipeline work is paying off. So let's just keep rocking and rolling there. And that'll do it. So get some good rest. Wake up tomorrow, crush it, light it up, do great things, inspire folks, and I will end you in the morning.